Another day, another victory for the OG. In today's video we got actually interesting topic which I cannot say about last time. Last time was very boring and not very fun to do. You know, metal does get very boring after time, you know. I don't get why so many people listen to this genre all the time. I specifically do not understand. But we're getting ahead of ourselves and we're talking about things that we not should be talking about. Instead we're talking about very interesting topic. We're talking about hip-hop, and if you know anything about me, I love hip-hop more than I ever love metal. And we got a lot of rappers to talk about today. We got very large lists that we need to go through, so we do not have time to talk and yap. We have to straight get into it. The rules for today are pretty simple. They follow the last one. We do not use tier maker because tier maker is ass. And we have, but the one big difference is that some rappers can be on the same list tier instead of last time where you could not. Even though I know I did, even though I put System of a Down and the Black Sabbath on the same tier, but that video does not matter. Boring topic. But today we allow people on the same tier. Because, you know, there are so many rapper I think are in the same tier, and I think that's and show just how good of quality this genre is. We got on number one, we got Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar is very great rapper. He do a lot of things that, you know, a lot of rappers really wish they were. He has created a lot of very good album over the year. You know, he has two masterpieces that has never been topped ever since they came out. To Pimp a Butterfly and Good Kid, Mad City. These albums really show how much he progressed and how much he got better. He really has a sound and he really does do what he wants. He doesn't really listen to a lot of artists, what other artists say and do. Good stuff. Either way. He really do his own thing, but he also really good at doing feature. He has a lot of great features on a lot of great albums. Like The Life of Pablo, he had two features, one that was cut and one that was actually there. The All Parties in LA, and that song kind of lift the whole album up for me. Kendrick Lamar is just really good, and he has this flow and right style of writing that I do not understand. But it is so very sophisticated and interesting. He is very much able to rap on so many different beats and genres. I personally really love his jazz stuff. The jazz rap stuff is really good. That's what makes Kendrick Lamar for me one of the best rappers in the business. But either way, I still find some of his songs a bit boring, but that's because I am a guy who likes fast songs. But doesn't mean that songs are bad at all. They are very good. They have a lot of good content. Like To Pimp a Butterfly is just filled with good stuff, but it can get a bit boring. But that's because I like fast tempo. But that doesn't matter because it's still a good album. It's still good stuff. So I'm giving Kendrick the S tier. Oh no. We got 21 Savage. I honestly never understood the 21 Savage hype. Like, he is not very fun to listen to. I think his beats suck, and I think he's a very boring person to listen to. Like, really, there isn't much interesting to say about 21 Savage. Like, really, like, he maybe make one or two good albums, and then he has not ever done that again. Like, he really hasn't gotten to the same top highs as someone like Drake. And I know that's very funny because Drake is kind of not the best, but he still has some good stuff. And I think 21 Savage has not topped Drake ever, and that's why I'm putting him on the E tier. And you can fight me in the comments. I will not be responding. Next on the list, we got one of the legends of all time in hip hop, 50 Cent. 50 Cent really is a very awesome rapper. He really makes some good stuff, and he really is an interesting person in the rap scene. He really did a lot of solids. He makes some good stuff. The red album, it really is solid. It is very good. I don't remember the name, but it was really good. There's a lot of good songs in that one. 2005, very good year for 50 Cent. I think that personally, I think in later years he kind of got boring and a bit not very good. His newest stuff is nowhere near as good as his classics. His classics really are great. His new stuff really doesn't feel like that. But his solids, his classic stuff really push him up very high for me, because it is very listenable. Even to this day, it's still very fun to listen and go back to listen to 50 Cent. That's why I'm giving 50 Cent the A tier. I don't think he's an S tier anymore, but that doesn't mean he's bad. Not in the slightest. He's made so many good songs, and he proved to all of us that he's the great. He's the GOAT. Where would hip-hop be without Tupac? Tupac is one of the most important artists to ever come. He came with the same period with Biggie, and Biggie is also a very important hip-hop artist. Tupac really is he's just very good. He had a very decent discography, and I think as a hip-hop artist, and as his flows and lyrics go, he's just very good. He is able to really, he doesn't have the best flow in the world, but he really brings it with his lyricism, which I think is great. He is a very good lyricist. His flows are still good, but there is other rappers that really beat his flow. I think Tupac is just one of the most important, so that's why I give him the S tier. We got Eminem. Eminem used to be very good. I really believe it. He had the Marshall Mathers EP and LP. Those albums were really much filled with controversy for being different. They have become certainly classics in hip hop. Eminem used to really make some good stuff. He had he was a very good lyricist and had a very good flow. Over the years, he got too good. He became too good, and that made him bad. That made him very bad. Some of his albums are absolute atrocious. That one with the Venom song, and even the one with the Godzilla, it's not great compared to his earlier work. Eminem still is very important in the hip hop industry, since he very much kind of redefined it with his flow and with his lyricism, and his flows, and a lot of the topic he talk about in his older songs are very controversial, which show that you can be very much open about a lot of very dark things and still have an audience that will listen to you. And I think that's great. He really did a lot of good, but I also think he kind of got too bad. The ego is not very good with this man. And not to say that he's a very egotistical. He doesn't really seem like that to me. If anyone talks shit about him, he'll diss him, and he'll do it good. He's very good at dissing. But I still think that his new stuff, even in his disses, they aren't as good as his old stuff. Some of it is just it's just hard to explain. But really, I think he's not very good anymore. Not like he used to be. I also give him the A tier. There are his new albums are not so good, so I give him the A tier. That's how it is. We got another GOAT in the hip hop industry. Where would we be without Kanye West? He really make a lot of good stuff. He is one of the most influential artists of all time in the hip hop, and even other genres. He really defined other genres while doing hip hop. It's insane. 808 and Heartbreak is one of the most important hip hop records. And others like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is also very important. And Jesus has some importance too into a genre that I know many people don't like, and that is including me. But I think he really has a very different sound for each album. Even if his new stuff like Vulture ain't very good, it's still there's still some solid in there. He still has so many good albums. Jesus the King, it was kind of bad, but then he brought it back with Donda, and then he got bad again. He always finds a way to make himself good again. I think his discography from the College Dropout up to the Life of Pablo is extremely solid. Even his 2018 stuff is really good. Yay, Kids See Ghosts, this stuff is awesome. And I think he really proved that he's a very good artist. Even if he does sprinkle in some bad songs in here and there, he really is solid. I think there ain't more talk about that. He really showed that hip hop can evolve and become better, and that's why he has become one of the most influential artists of all time. I put him in the S tier just because how good he is and how influential he is. And his discography, as I said, it has some holes in it, but it's still pretty good. We got another legend from a very popular legend, Notorious B.I.G. or Biggie. I honestly think the best part about Biggie is his flow. Nothing ever beats his flow. His flow is what made him so very awesome. And he's also a lot of the beats on the songs are really good too. Not to be honest, but what made him so good is his flow. His lyricism is nowhere near as great as someone like Tupac, but that doesn't matter because his flow is so good. It's what made Biggie Biggie, and a lot of his songs are classics and memorable. Like even his discography is filled with solids. Like that one album I never remember the name of. It's really good. It's his most popular, but still very good hip hop album. That's not even a joke. And I think that's it. Without Biggie, a lot of hip hop would be very different today. And I think, and I'm really, and he's very appreciated. That's why I'm putting him in the S tier. Oh no, we got the industrial hip hop. I've said before that I think industrial hip hop is kind of a fun listen. There's a lot of fun about it, but it is not a very good genre. Jesus is one of my personal favorite albums of the from the hip hop industry, but that comes down to Kanye West being as talented and as very good as he is. Even if that album has a lot of misses on it, it's still got a lot of banger, and the bangers really outweigh the misses. JPEGmafia is not like that at all. JPEGmafia kind of ass. He's very terrible. You know, like he had 4 or 5 albums and people scream about him being good. Where's the good? It's just Death Grips. But at least Death Grip got actual charm to it. There's no charm here. There's only bad albums. And it kind of pisses me off that people look at this man and say he's good. Whatever his name is. His name is fucking Peggy. What is he? One of the Papa Pigs? What the fuck, man? I'm putting him in the F tier, man. I feel this is a very controversial take, but Drake, he's not very good. But he's not very bad. He is not mediocre, in my opinion, and he's not good. He just kind of lays on the decent. He had some decent albums that are actually really fun to listen to. Even his newer stuff, even if they're bad, there's still some fun listening in there. Just a fun listen, even if it's not a good song. But I still think he actually got some good songs. There's a reason why this man is popular, you know. And I don't want to rant about it a bit too long, but you know, a lot of artists that are popular do actually have good stuff. It's just that a lot of it is sprinkled with bad, or just that the sound is very safe. Doesn't mean it's bad. It can be a very fun listen, and I think Drake is like that. Drake really is one of the more safer artists. He really is. I think he has some solid feature when he feature. He's very solid when he does that. But like really, even then, like there are other better feature artists that do features, like Kendrick Lamar or even someone like Kanye West, which is ridiculous because some of Kanye West features are very funny, and very interesting. But I feel like Drake is just kind of in the middle when it comes to a lot of the stuff he does. It doesn't mean he's bad. I think he's solid at times, but I also think he can be very bad at times. Like his new album run has been it's been very mediocre and not very interesting for me to listen to. We got one fantastic artist on coming up here, Cheif Keef. I think Cheif Keef is solid, one of the best artists of all time. Is there even like a debate here? He makes some of the best songs I've ever heard in my life. You know, you got Love Sosa, I Don't Love, I Don't Like, my bad, I don't remember, I am very bad with name. I think he's just very good. Like he's just very solid. I mean, he's so good. Like, do I need to say anything more? He's just very good. Like he's even outside of the rap, this man got the drip and the beauty to back up him. Have you seen his mugshot? I thought so. Even I can do it, and I am a very pretty man. I'm putting him on the S tier. Another very important hip hop group, Wu-Tang Clan. This is actually the first hip hop group, but they are very important too. Wu-Tang Clan really solidify a lot of the early hip hop or when going into the 2000s. They had a very good run in the 90s with stuff like Enter the Wu-Tang. A lot of the group that is the Wu-Tang is very good. Like I think, and even like they've proven outside of the Wu-Tang that they're very good. They aren't as good as they used to be, and when they were about to in their later albums, as into their earlier works, which has become very much a very interesting thing with a lot of hip hop, is that it's just kind of good at the start and then they kind of get ass. It is very much it's just very much a normal thing I see in hip hop, that these artists or groups just get bad time. Wu-Tang Clan is kind of like that. Even if their like later work is still a bit fun to listen to and is leagues better than some artists, even on this list like 21 Savage or JPEGmafia or even Drake, or they still got some really good stuff. And I think it's still one of the more influential artists, and still, so that's why I give it like the S tier. I don't think there's much more to say than that the Wu-Tang Clan is the S tier. We got another horrible artist here, XXXTENTACION. Look me in the eye and tell me that XXXTENTACION is good. Either way, this is XXXTENTACION really is bad. I got nothing more to say. He's just another one of these terrible artists, and it is unfortunate to see. I really don't got anything else to say. This man suck. He just suck. I don't really enjoy his work, and I don't think that even as unfortunate as it is that he died, I don't think that makes his work any better. So I give him the F tier on this one. We got a very interesting sound in the hip hop. Tyler the Creator, and to some extent I wouldn't even say that he is fully hip hop. He has kind of morphed into a pop artist, but not a bad one like some of the others, like Ariana Grande. He instead really make a lot of good stuff. Tyler the Creator has really proven to me and a lot of others that he's very good. Like his 3-album run is very good. Like Flower Boy, Igor, and Call Me If You Get Lost. Even if his earlier work is not as good as his newer stuff, I still think albums like Wolf are really fun to listen to. Even a bit of Cherry Bomb is fun, but it's nothing. There's nowhere near as good as the albums that would come after. But I think he has truly proven that he is good, and it's interesting. I really think. The only reason I'm giving him S tier, even though his discography isn't perfect, I really see a progressive turning of becoming better with every album. Even I don't really like Goblin Bastard or even Cherry Bomb, but I really appreciate Wolf, Flower Boy, and Igor, and Call Me If You Get Lost. I think those albums really make Tyler the Creator a very interesting hip hop artist. One of my personal favorites even. So I'm giving this beautiful man the S tier. We got another influential artist, MF Doom. MF Doom really, he got me into hip hop, and I know that's interesting to say because he's one of the more less known artists, and I think that's unfortunate. He should be way more popular than he is. MF Doom really from the start proven that how good he is. Operation Doomsday is one of my personal favorite albums from hip hop, and I really feel like he proven himself there with his flows and even his lyricism. But the man, even if he didn't produce some good albums in a few years, but then he got, for a few years he didn't really produce any good album, and then we go into Victor Von or One Little Villain. This album is an improvement. It is so good. It is one of my personal favorites. And then we just get another banger with Mad Villainy and M Food. Like, this man just, even in the same year, 2004 was stacked for this man. And he did, and even like after that, 2005, he produced another good one, The Mouse and the Mask, Danger Doom, I think it was called. That one is very good too, and it's impressive. This man, it's nowhere near as good as the peaks from from Mad Villainy or M Food, but it's still really good. I think it's great. Born Like This, or the 2008 Born Like This, it's not his best work, but there's still a lot of good on it. I think it's one of his weakest albums, but I still think there's a lot of good about it. Even if the production is a bit ass, even though that production is very ass, I still think that he really had some good stuff on it. And I honestly love this man for it. His persona, even if this is a bit out of the topic, his persona and his whole character is very fun and interesting. And I think a lot of artists that come out to really take inspiration from this man. And honestly, I get it. And we're gonna talk about another one of my favorites that really copy Eminem Doom. Not copy, but inspire him and make it nearly as good stuff. He go in the S tier. Another influential artist from the 90s, Nas. Nas really is amazing. He was amazing for his time. I don't really subscribe to the idea that Nas is still good to this time, but like, his early album is so good that you kind of can't leave him out of you can't really put him nowhere near the bottom of, he's in the S spot. That's just how it is. He gotta be on the S spot. That's because just how good his first two albums is. Illmatic is one of my personal favorite hip hop albums. It got me into hip hop for a bit before I leave and I listen to other stuff. But Illmatic is Nas very good, and he has some of the best flows, and he even worked with a lot of, even his features is not bad. Like the one on Late Registration from Kanye it's not bad. That whole song is just really good though. But but we're not talking about Kanye West. We're talking about Nas. Nas really has proven that he's one of the better artists out there. I'm giving him the S tier, of course. Childish Gambino is one of the more interesting artists out there in hip hop. He really kind of come there, really just come there, and no one really believed that he would make anything good until he did. He is very fun listen. I don't think he's anywhere near the S rank, but I still think that he makes some really interesting stuff. His debut album is really good. The one that come after is still pretty good. Like, he got a solid album. Discography. He got a very solid album discography. And I think that he really has made a very interesting sound. A lot of people that go into hip hop from other industry are not very good. But Childish Gambino proved that you can be good if you really care about it, and he does, and he really make a lot of good stuff. There's some equality kind of differences in his album. Some songs are a bit worse, some songs are a bit better, but I still think he's very solid. I give him the A tier for that. We got Earl Sweatshirt. I think Earl Sweatshirt is very fun to listen to. Now, I can't really say more than that. He's really fun and very interesting. He has this type of relaxed, thing with his voice and stuff with his flow. He has a very relaxed flow, and and that really works with his songs. I think a lot of his albums are very fun to listen to. I don't think he's really released a bad record yet. Maybe I'm a bit unsure of myself, but I really feel he hasn't produced a bad record yet. But really, this is the stuff we got is solid. Even if some of the songs are a bit boring to listen to, the ones that are actually good are really good. He even got some good feature on other albums. He's just kind of like really solid in my opinion. That's why I give him the A tier. And I also really like how he takes inspiration from MF Doom. Even though they're different, they are solid, very different. There is a clear inspiration from each other, and honestly, I respect it. I respect Earl Sweatshirt. It just should prove that he got good taste in hip hop, not like some of the other ass hip hop artists. Bladee, he's just fun to listen to. He is one of my personal favorites. I think there's so many good songs from this man. Talk to me nice, talk to me nice. That one's great. I think it's one of my favorite songs of all time. Bladee really has proven that he is one of the best. Bad album? No such thing. There's no such thing as bad album from Bladee. If you tell me there is a bad album from Bladee, you my friend. Either way. I think he go into A tier because there are better hip hop artists, which is unfortunate. No, I put them in the A tier. It's for you assholes. You won't accept if I put them in the S tier. Fuck you. Why is The Weeknd here? He is not hip hop artist. We got another ass artist on here. Logic. He just bad Eminem. He just very bad Eminem. He make just trash. This man has never made a good record in his life. He just dependent on being an Eminem clone. He's ass. I hate this man. Bobby, I don't hate you. I actually think you are interested. No, you're not. I'm just trying to be generous. What's the point of being generous to this man? You think he special? He ain't. Why is she here? I think she is solid, but why is she here, man? Another classic. Am I right? The Tribe Called Conquest really proved that they are great and they have a very good discography. I really love their sound. That jazz rap sound really is solid. A Tribe Called Conquest is A Tribe Called Quest is very good. And honestly, I struggle to see how they are bad. And if you think so, I think you're wrong. They got one of the best discographies in town. That town being the whole world. I give him the yes. Travis Scott! The man, the Astro World man. Travis Scott he has a good album. I think he very, very fun artist to listen to. He is one of the other solids, and I know I can't put him in the S tier because you shit people would be very mad at me. But either way, he got some good stuff. Rodeo, I think it's very, very good album. The one with the Duck Boy, very good. The other one, very good. The other one, pretty good. This man got some solids in his discography. I think he very much proved that he's a very good artist. Trap, he really proved that trap is very decent genre of hip hop. Either way. That's gonna he go to the A tier. The shit artists that got popular because of people not having a taste. That taste being horse ass. Either way, we got Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X is just the bad version of Nas. As I'm watching, he really make just another bad song after bad song, and people keep praising this man like he is Jesus Christ. He is not Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is up in the sky. This man is going to hell for this bad music. It really he got popular for that one song, and then he got popular for another song, and then he got popular for another song. I respect the messages in his songs, but I do not respect the music. A good message should have a good song to it too. That's what a lot of these artists do. They got a good message and they got a good song attached to it. This man does not have that. He is just bad. What is the point of having all of these ass artists like Lil Nas X? And also, why do you call yourself Nas? You're not Nas. You are just a bad version. You should call yourself, I don't know, like Lil Peep. Maybe that one is taken. Maybe call yourself like Little Trend. even though you do not take steroids because you are a skinny bastard. And maybe I should not. Maybe that's not very nice to say, but because I'm a bit of a fat ass myself. But I don't know. You just don't use the name Nas. I don't care if your real name is Nas, because there's a better version. There's a better version of you out there, and he made classics since the 90s. Jesus, you also get the F tier. Fuck you. We got another founding member of hip hop, De La Soul. They're very good. They're very good. I don't really need to say more than that. Why? They made some very classic songs out in the genre. Even though I think they got more of a funk sound to them, that doesn't really matter because they really are a good hip hop group. Yeah, I really don't have much to say about this group. I don't listen to them often, but when I do, it's a good time. They're very fun to listen to, and they're a legend for a reason. They got a decent discography really, and that's most I could say really. But I still give them the S tier because they are solid. Even though I don't got much to say, doesn't mean they're bad. I'm just some guy talking on the internet. Do you really think my opinion matters? Jay-Z. I think Jay-Z very solid. He really proved that he is very good. Jay-Z has a very decent discography. Even though his songs even some of his albums are not the greatest, I think he's still a very solid album man. He really has some solids. I think personally for me that Jay-Z's career really was the best around the Kanye West time. Even if albums like Watch the Throne weren't that great, a lot of the stuff he did with Kanye West was really fun and interesting to listen to. Without Jay-Z, we will not have Kanye West. But even like that, it doesn't really matter because Jay-Z can hold his own and make good stuff. I know I'm putting him a bit low, but because personally I don't think he has I'm not the biggest fan of all of his albums, but I still think Jay-Z is very good. He really has proven that he is the GOAT. Even if he's not the highest on this rank, and maybe I should put him higher than Eminem, I really believe that I think good is the B tier is very good for him, and it does not even disrespect because the guy really has proven that he's made a lot of good stuff. But I feel like he also kind of lost it in the recent years. But really he's just solid all around. So that's why really I'm giving him the B tier. The next one on the list seems to be Danny Brown. I honestly love Danny Brown. I think he has some very interesting stuff. I think his recent record kind of sucks dick because he got Peggy on it, the goddamn Peppa Pig. But either way, I think he has proven that he's quite the GOAT. He has worked with a lot of great artists, and he really got some good stuff, and even good album. There's a reason why people love this man. He really did a lot of experimentation with this genre. I really don't got much to say about Danny Brown, as I really have yet to listen to his discography. But from what I've heard, what I've personally heard from Danny Brown, I am very, very happy with it. I think he really make a lot of good stuff. I think that's why he deserves the A tier. And honestly, that might seem like disrespect, but I think that for someone like Jay-Z, but fuck you, this is my tier list. And second of all, I think he got potential to become one of the best. But from what I've heard, he's very good. And I really hope that he keeps it up. And if I start hearing bad from him, I will put him down to the F tier, trash. And I will prove that, and then I'll put some respect on Jay-Z's name. We got Denzel Curry. Denzel Curry really is another experimental artist, trap artist. I think he really is solid. I really think he really solid. I think there's some good stuff in his discography. It's kind of it's kind of really interesting to listen to because he really does a lot of experimentation. I think some of the beats on this song kind of boring, but some of them are really good. He even experimented a bit with industrial hip hop, and I think that's very fun. Industrial hip hop, even if it's bad, I think there's some fun to it. Yeah, there's some fun to it. And I think Denzel Curry does it very well. I think that's what makes him such an interesting artist. But I still think there is better artists than Denzel Curry. I really believe that the A tier really do beat him, and I think he is on the same tier with Jay-Z. I believe Jay-Z is still better, but that's because Jay-Z is more of a classical. He's very much a legend in hip hop. So I think that Denzel Curry can become a way better artist than he is right now in the future. That's grip. The death grip is strong with this one. Death grip really is just not very good. The industrial hip hop sound is just, it can get too much, and they really push it far. Death grip really is something of a difference. It's not very fun listening to a homeless man screaming and talking about knowing my IP. How do you know that? That is creepy. Either way, I don't think there's a lot of interesting about them. They really do push the envelope, but I think in the wrong way, and they should not be pushing it as far as they have. They got a photo of a cock as their album cover, which is very anti-Christian, and honestly, the cock is very small. I don't know what you are sitting there and celebrating. There is nothing there to be sitting there and celebrating about. Either way, the sound is just kind of ass. The homeless man screaming at me is kind of ass. And honestly, Zach Hill, the drummer of the band, can become very much a very good death metal drummer if you want to two. He's very good. He is the only good person in that group. The rest of them are kind of ass. I give Death Grip the E tier because they're better than JPEGmafia. But that's really the only reason I'm giving them the E and not the F tier treatment. Last artist on the list is not really a rapper. He is a producer. And without him, this list would suck. All these artists would suck because there would be no good beats. I'm of course talking about Biggie. And I'm not talking about Notorious B.I.G. I'm talking about the producer Biggie Blodfot. He really makes some great beats. He worked with some of the GOATs like Kanye West. Like I have said before, he worked on he had his songs on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. He had even some other stuff. And I will even for the rest of the duration, I'll let one of his songs play for you. Fuck you.